As you may have noticed, I did not keep watching a game for every week of the season. That was a fool's errand. Instead, I watched like 2 or 3 games a week and then read a lot of commentary on Twitter. And so now I feel like I'm an expert and am allowed to mouth off on YouTube. Talk of the town today, Pro Bowl. So, Bills fan over here, we got two folks going to the Pro Bowl. Hopefully, neither of them will actually be going to the Pro Bowl because they'll be busy that day. And Josh Allen, who got the #1 pick for the Pro Bowl, will definitely not be going, even if he's not at the Super Bowl, because he always goes golfing that weekend because the Pro Bowl is stupid. But also, Deion Dawkins got sent to the Pro Bowl nominations list. James Cook did not. He expressed some dissatisfaction with this, both on Twitter and in interviews today. Apparently, when asked about it at the practice facility, he said it was bullshit, which it is, because he leads the league in rushing touchdowns. You're gonna go with Joe Mixon. I think that's kind of crazy. It was kind of interesting, his message on Twitter was something to the effect of like, you can do your best and it's still not enough. And what I would like to say to James Cook is also what I try to say to myself on my worst days, which is, if you think it's your best and you're not getting credit for it, maybe it's not your best. Maybe you gotta go a little bit harder. I don't know how he would do that, but I'm interested to see. Could make the postseason sort of interesting. I don't know if he's going to be playing in the game against the Patriots this weekend. He is 18 yards away, I believe, from a 1,000-yard rushing season. I'm curious to see if they do leave him in to see if he can get that benchmark. The Eagles are not letting Saquon play to try and get the single season rushing record. But he's like 100 yards away, so he would get it. I just understand why they're not letting him play. Downside is it sounds like he really wants to do it and they're not letting him, so that kind of sucks. Sucks to be Saquon. I'm sorry. I like Saquon. He seems like a nice dude. It's a bummer. But he would have been doing it in 17 games anyway, so it would have an asterisk next to it anyway, so. Other Bills who were snubbed, Christian Benford. Christian Benford's one of the best corners in the league, and he didn't even sniff it. He didn't even make it onto the alternates list. Maybe that means we'll get him for cheap when we re-sign him. I kind of doubt it. I really hope we re-sign him. He had a great game the other day. He always has a great game. He's great. Since I'm talking predominantly to Chiefs fans, let's be honest about it. Let's talk about some of the people who were snubbed on your team, because one of them was also a cornerback, Trent McDuffie, who did make the alternates list, but I think everybody was kind of shocked to not see him on the main list. There has also been some consternation about the fact that for the first time ever, Patrick Mahomes is not on the Pro Bowl list. Look, Matt didn't have his best season. He didn't. I mean, you guys had an amazing season in that you have an amazing record, but like, unfortunately, there were a lot of really superlative quarterback performances in the AFC. You can look at the MVP conversation, which I'm not going to get into because it's stupid and it's just people yelling back and forth at each other about two amazing players who both theoretically deserve to get the award. And then there's like this little contingent off to the side that's like, but Joe Burrow, look at Joe Burrow's numbers, but Joe Burrow, he's gonna have like 5,000 yards and he's gonna have like 900 touchdowns. And I don't know what Joe Burrow's actual statistics are right now, but like, yeah, it sucks for Joe Burrow. Like, he's had an amazing performance, but was he a valuable enough player to get the Bengals to the playoffs? Maybe, but barely. And had to depend on, we'll see, potentially Bo Nix losing to Carson Wentz. So I feel like you got 3 quarterbacks in the AFC who all had amazing record-setting seasons. And Pat Mahomes is the best. But did he do the shiniest things this season? No. Travis made it. People are mad that Travis made it. Thanks, Swifties. But then a lot of people just don't want to talk about the Pro Bowl because they're like, well, in a optimum situation, nobody from my team is going to the Pro Bowl because they'll be at the Super Bowl. So hopefully I don't have to feel bad for James Cook at all. Other final thoughts before the last game of the season. It's a lot of people talking about the MVP, and it's a conversation that bores me to tears. So I'm just not gonna do it. I'm very much of the opinion that the Bills are able to beat any of these teams on any given Sunday or Saturday. And I feel the same way about the Chiefs. So let's see how the playoffs go. that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching. I know that my Chiefs videos get exponentially more views than my Bills videos do, but thank you to the over 2,000 of you who also watched my Bills video this week. I was actually kind of proud of it. I don't know, I'm just amused by myself laughing at Aaron Rodgers' despair. Does that make me a bad person? Probably, but I don't know, I laughed at my laughing. I'm gonna be rooting against the Chiefs again because I would be perfectly happy to see the Broncos in the wild card. So I will not be rooting for the Chiefs in the last game of the season. I know some of you held out hope that maybe I would root for them in one game for like seeding purposes, but nah. I don't know for certain. I haven't seen a TV map yet, so I don't know if I'll actually be able to watch the Chiefs game or not. If I can, there'll be a video and a members only stream, which you can sign up for membership on my YouTube page and at the link that's in my bio. I think there's a link in my bio, but there's also a link in the description of this post. If not, I will see you Chiefs fans for the divisional round, and anybody who wants to watch my Bills videos, hopefully we'll be seeing them for weeks and weeks to come. So, on that note, go Bills.